The second trial related to the high-profile disappearance is winding down as attorneys prepare to present closing arguments on Monday. The Bardstown mother was last seen alive on July 3rd of 2015. What happened to her and where her body is are lingering questions in this case. Steve Lawson admitted to moving Rogers' car. He was convicted in May of conspiracy and tampering with evidence. Now his son Joseph and prime murder suspect Brooks Houck, Rogers' ex-boyfriend and father of one of her children, are entering week 3 of their joint trial. The publicity forced proceedings to move to the Warren County Courthouse in Bowling Green. Alexis Matthews has been in court every day. She gives us a look at the key takeaways from the case.
10 years, dozens of searches, and 1 conviction so far. Now 2 more defendants are in a second trial that one missing Bardstown mom is at the center of.
Did you learn anything Friday night when you were out there?
The police interview with Brooks Houck, which he secretly recorded, was the first piece of evidence jurors heard. He tells lead detective John Snow that he, Rogers, and their son were home July 3rd, 2015, and when he woke up the next morning, she was gone. Prosecutors pointed out discrepancies in his written statement about his whereabouts that day. He did not mention he was at Houck Family Farm for hours, or that he and Rogers had plans for a romantic evening that never happened. Next are the explosive claims made by prosecution witnesses to incriminate Houck and Joseph Lawson. Heather Snellen, Steve Lawson's ex, said she overheard Steve and Joseph talking about moving a body at the Houck family farm with a skid steer. Rebecca Greer, also Steve's ex, said Joseph talked about moving a car and $50,000. And Amber Bowman, the girlfriend of Nick Houck, Brooks's brother, said he was gone all day July 3rd, allegedly helping Brooks at a rental property, and his phone was off. Prosecution witnesses also testified about what they heard the defendants and alleged co-conspirators say about Rogers. Charlie Girdley, Houck's former employee, said Rosemary Houck made comments like it would be better off if she were gone. He also testified about Lawson's horrific remarks about cutting Rogers' hair and pulling her teeth because that's what the hogs could not eat. But on the stand, defense witness Rhonda McElvoy, Houck's sister, refuted that long-standing rumor, stating only small pink pigs were on the family farm. Another trial highlight, learning the items of interest the FBI recovered during a 2021 search of a home Houck developed in the Woodlawn Springs subdivision. Women's underwear was dug up from under a driveway and women's clothing from under a sidewalk. The DNA did not match Rogers or anyone else. The only inkling of physical evidence was a hair similar to Rogers's found in the trunk of a car owned by Houck's grandmother, where a dog also detected the scent of human remains. The defense using that lack of a body, crime scene, weapon, or witnesses as their main argument for their client's innocence, while prosecutors' case is relying heavily on cell phone data, which places Houck at the farm and near a campground late that night. It also shows Rogers' phone died at 9:23 that night and was manually shut down right before midnight. Call logs revealed Houck ignored her family's calls, but he reached out to Rogers days after. A July 5th text read, "Everyone is worried sick. Please call me back." The trial will stretch to next week with closing arguments and both sides trying to convince jurors one last time before Houck and Lawson's fate is in their hands. In Warren County, I'm Alexis Matthews, WLKY News.